Yeah. So introduction to SQL, which means like importance and how it started, who introduced it, what happens if you don't have SQL, why SQL is important in the market, why SQL don't have any competitor tool, sorry, competitor language. Okay, these all we will be seeing in the introduction to SQL part. Overview on SQL, which means the languages that include in the SQL and how they are useful. That we are going to see. Now, SQL Server environment setup. So, this SQL we are going to learn in the SQL Server, which means ESSMS, Microsoft's tool. Okay, in the SQL Server, we are going to learn the SQL part. Now, you might have asked the question, why SQL Server? Why not other tools? Okay, other servers, other databases. You might, okay, you might be having some doubt regarding to that. I will tell you why SQL Server, why not Oracle, why not DB2, or why not MySQL. Okay, now database fundamentals. So, this is a separate concept from the SQL, which means, see, if you want to learn about database, we have to know what are the different types of databases we have, and among the different types of databases, what are the main important database we are using right now, that we want to know. Okay, so database fundamental includes the any other databases and importance and its failure. See, because of other databases got failed, we are working on only single database right now. Correct? So, what happens to all those databases and why we are using so and so database right now? Like DBMS right now, that we will be discussing in the database fundamentals. After that, acid properties, which are very, very, very important. Okay, even though if you are experienced, even though if you are you know having lot of knowledge, people are going to ask acid properties. So we should not think that only freshers are going to get or are going to experience such kind of question. No. Now, CRUD operations that are applied on top of the database, that we are going to see. These two are important. Now, DDL commands. See, from here, SQL starts. From DDL commands, pure SQL starts. And before all that, it is an introduction. It is importance of the database. And database fundamentals are very important. Why I have mentioned a separate concept means um, in the data modeling, you will be experiencing all these database fundamentals and everything. The data modeling. Okay, data modeling, you might have heard. If you want to do anything, you want to do a data modeling. If you want to visualize if you want to develop one report, you need a data modeling. If you want to have some ETL, you want to have, you know, um, data modeling. For that, fundamentals are mandatory. So, from DDL commands, pure SQL is going to start. Before that, it is related to, uh, the history of SQL and how SQL got introduced and why it is important, how it is running in the backend. All that we are going to discuss. Now, DDL commands. So these are only the commands we have in the SQL, and those we will be discussing. So how to create some tables, how to create the tables, how to create databases, views, indexes, some procedures, and everything. Now, after creating, you find that you have created a table somewhat wrongly, which means you have to recreate or you have to alter that table. So that we will be having some alter commands, drop commands, truncate commands. See, drop and truncate, both sounds are the same, but what is the difference? This is an interview question. Okay, so that we will be seeing in the DDL commands. So after that, we will be having some DML commands, which means after creating, we need to insert some data, right? So after dealing with the structure, we need to deal with the records. And that is nothing but a DML. TCL, it's a different story, which means the things what we have done in the DML commands, those will be controlled by TCL commands. So after the data inside your database will be controlled by DCL commands. Okay, these all how it is going to control that will be seeing in the sessions. No worries in that. So after the DQL commands, which are very, very, very important commands. Your see, the moment I say SQL, DML, DQL, DCL, and TCL, these four stands one side and DQL will stand another side. DQL is the major part. Okay, in the DQL, so DQL commands, like we have only one command, that is select command, only one command. So in the select command, we will be having many. Okay, along with the, select command. Uh, if you see all these, we have something called grant and revoke, commit and rollback, such kind of things. But here DQL means only select command we will be having. So along with the select command, or else inside the select command, we will be having many. Now, data types, obviously data types we will be discussing in DDL only. Now, operators, constraints, and what is mean by data types and constraint, which one is mandatory. So those we will be discussing. So very important thing is joins, after that functions, after that window functions. So complex queries. Here ends SQL part, which means if you learn up to here, you will be somehow confident that you know SQL. So later on, you will be, experiencing the advanced concepts. So generally, these advanced concepts are very important. So why I'm telling you important means in the real time projects, you will be writing a procedures, you will be writing a cursors, you will be writing, some sequence, some merge statements and everything, some triggers and all. Okay, that is why these are important. So all these things like procedures with parameters, cursors, sequence synonyms, merge, and triggers also. So these we will be discussing in the advanced concepts. Along with this content, you will be having some hands-on exercises and daily assignments. Okay. See, if not daily, mostly the once the topic ends, I will be sending you the assignments. If not daily, maybe a weekly. Like some topic will take 3 to 4 days, right? So completing of that topic only I will be sending the assignments. So assignments is purely based on the topics which I will be discussing. Okay, purely like that only. So some assignments I will be discussing in the class and some I will be giving you as an assignments to do. And if any doubts in those assignments, we will be discussing in the class for 10 minutes. No worries in that. Okay. So this will be your content, guys. Um, are you stuck anywhere or else you want to add something here? No? Okay. So this is your content, right? Now, can you tell me your expectations here from this course? Expectations, like what you are expecting from the course, so that we all will work according to that. Yes? Please speak. If you are unable to speak due to some disturbances or else, you can chat. You'll have something called chat box here. You can chat there also. So what are all your expectations? Nothing? Just you are going to learn SQL, that's all?
Yeah, I want to be proficient.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
The thing is, I'm not aware of anything related to the content, and completely I'm a fresher. So
Okay.
just don't know what's my expectation. Also, just I'm learning this course to proceed further and to learn other topics too. That's it.
Okay.
I don't have much idea about it, and that's the reason I'm not even able to understand what the content is. Maybe while I'm going through the process, I'll get it.
Yeah, yeah, fine. If you are new to it, we might doesn't know what is things that are introduced in the content, or else
Yeah.
what are the things that need to be added. That's
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay. So, you all guys, I think, new to this SQL, right? Which means you are not completely working on this SQL. You are working on some other thing, not SQL, some other things. Sure. So my expectations were, see, uh like how I'll be starting, or else how I am expecting you guys to work is, see, you first thing is that you have to know about the topic clearly. Know the topic clearly. If you know the topic, automatically you will be getting doubts on it. So if you get the doubts, you will gain more knowledge. So that is what my first expectations from you guys. Now, the second one, I want you guys to do the task regularly. Okay, whether I give or not, it's like your duty. You should feel like your duty, and you have to ask for the tasks, or else you want to, you know, keen to know the topics. You are keen to know the tasks on that topic that you have to know. Okay, assignments need to be done. Assignments. You have to complete those assignments as well. See, because you know the topic very well and you did not doing any, tasks related to the topic, it's a waste of time. Okay, I'll not encourage such kind of thing. Okay. See, in the last batch, many of the students are attending the class, but they are not even, sending the screenshot of their work. So simply, what happens, the sending of the assignments got reduced. If they are not doing the assignments which I have sent them already, how I will be sending the remaining, right? So make sure that you will be completing that. Now, after that, uh, like based on your interest and based on your performance in the classes, we will be discussing some of the important topics, like some data modeling in the SQL server. Okay, that we will be discussing, and some real time things, like what might be the things that we are going to use in the project, that we will be discussing. Okay, real time things. Now, fourth one is, by the end of the course, you need to be perfect in the SQL. That's all. You need to be perfect. See, I will not tell you, uh, the moment I say some DDL, you have to tell about the DDL. I will not tell you like that. So what, the moment I say perfect, what I mean is, you have to know, at least if you see the content, you have to have some idea. Like, this is what we talk about. This is what it mean. So you have to have that minimum amount of knowledge on top of the SQL. So later on, due to practice, you will be gaining some more knowledge. So we have uh, almost all 40 to 45 classes, right? So it will take obviously 1.5 month, or else nearly 2 months, not 2 months, or nearly 1.5 month. So in this 1.5 month, I hope 1.5 month is fine to get some knowledge. If you practice daily, I'm sure that you will be having the knowledge where 3 years of experienced person will have. Okay, I'm sure. So just learn the topics what I was discussing in the class and just practice that. I'm sure that you will be having knowledge which is equal to 3 years of 3 years experienced person. Like for her or his, they'll have more knowledge if they work on the same tool for 3 years. So that knowledge I'll be going to give in these sessions. So please make sure that you will be active in the class. That's all. Nothing you have to do. Active and answer the questions. Fine. So these are my expectations. And please be active. See, if you are active, you will be noticed. If you noticed, what happens? Your resume will be forwarded. If any, you know, requirements. Fine. So this is about content and this is all about expectations. So work according to that expectations. Okay, I request you to maintain some document or else some notes in the sequel so that you will have future reference. Okay, anyhow, I will send you the PPT, but along with that PPT, there are some few things which important things that we are going to discuss, so that you will be writing in your notebook so that you will have some future reference. Okay, it is just a suggestion. If you, it's okay that if you are well and good in remembering, that's okay, fine, no worries in that. Okay, so the very first one, introduction to SQL. So without any delay, let us move on to the concept here directly. Now see, huh, let us assume I will tell you a small story here. In the before 1960, or else around 1920s, 1930s, okay, we have C and C++ languages. So by using that, we have developed one small tool. Okay, let us assume, or else mm, in 2030s or 40s, we have C++ and C. Based on these two languages, people got developed one tool, and that tool. So what does that tool mean? Okay, we will see here. We have something called C and C++. So based on this, people got introduced one tool. This tool is nothing but concentrate here. See, this is the tool where if you enter the employee record, it will be storing somewhere. So for entering and storing, for that purpose, we have introduced this tool. Okay, this tool. Let us assume this is a tool. And here, the first record, let us assume we have a company. Into that company, one employee got selected and one employee was joined. Now, so one employee. See, if you enter here, it will not store here only, right? It will store somewhere around. So before 1960, we'll be having only notepads and documents, Word documents, Excel, only these kind of thing. Correct? Now, this one employee got entered and this will be storing in the notepad. Let us assume this is a notepad. Okay, this is a notepad. So one employee got entered and this will be storing here. This will be storing here. So what was the name of that particular employee? Let us assume ID was 1, name was ABC, and salary was some 20K. Sorry, before 1960, right? Let us assume around 1000. And he was hired in some today only. So let us assume today I'm just taking it. Okay, so this is the record that we have entered. First employee that joined. Now, this gone. Now let us assume I have another employee that I've joined in my company. So again, another employee, another some new employee. Okay, so that details also I will be having here. So what does it mean? Now, 2 is a ID, XYZ is a name, and salary was some 2000. Again, we have another employee that I've joined. So remember what I'm trying to tell. Now again, 3 I have, some name I have, and some salary I have. Again 4. We have some 4000. So like this, the one employee got entering their details and it is storing in the notepad. One employee got entering into detail into the tool and it is getting stored into the notepad. Again, new employee storing in the notepad. New employee storing in the notepad. Now, initially before 60s or 1950s, we have a limited people and we have a limited work to do, so that WordPad is sufficient. But later on, my company got more profits, so I wanted to establish a new plant, which means my company should have more than 1000 employees. So I started hiring the people. So where right now I have 200 people in my company. So now I started hiring the people.
Right.
Yes, mute you. Okay, hiring the people. Now what I'm just doing. So right now I have 200 people. So I just started hiring another 300 people. So again, the same tool I'm using. So where the tool was implemented with C and C++. Now, new employee got entered into this tool and new employee was stored in the notepad. Another new employee, the same new employee has stored in the notepad. So one day, one day I wanted to see the employees, or else I wanted to see who are all the employees getting more salary, or else who are all the employees that are hired recently. So that I wanted to see. Now tell me, uh, can I see it directly? Like
No.
who is getting more salary? Can I see it directly? Right now I have only 4 records so that I can see. So what if I have 1,000 records in the notepad? Can I filter the record with the highest salary and see that? No. No, obviously no. Because uh, see, you are storing some information in your notebook. Okay. So let us assume contacts as your thing. So you have a contact book. There you will be writing all your phone numbers. Say you are not storing it in your phone. You are maintaining it in the phone book. Now, you want to find some XYZ person's phone number. So, what you will be doing? You will be searching for that person from page 1 to 10. You will be searching each and every line. Whether the name was same, if it is same, then we will be getting that phone number. So, who knows that number will be in the last page? We doesn't know. So, we start searching from first to the last. So, which will take more time to do that? Now, I have already told you you have only 10 pages in your phone book. Now, in that phone book, you your phone numbers or the phone numbers which you have were already filled the 10 pages. You have 3 more phone numbers to be written in your notebook. So what you will be doing? You will be buying another notebook. Correct? Because storage issue, you will not store more phone numbers in one book. So what you are doing, you will be buying another notebook and you will be writing in the another notebook. Similarly here also. So the moment years got increased, years are passing, employees or else the people, those who are working got increased. Working people got increased. So it is, you know, um, necessary to maintain efficient database. So people are thinking this is not the right way to maintain the data. See, because who knows, guys? See, one data got inserted. That is okay, fine. Now, what I want to see is I want to delete this data. Simply, I'll be deleting like this. No worries in that. But um, I don't want to delete any data. What I want to do is I want to surely secure my data. I want to have some security to my data. The moment I store data in the database, sorry, in the notepad, do you think my data was secured? No, absolutely no. Because the people who know my system password, they will definitely enter into that notepad and they will rewrite the info, which means here I have something called 4HGO and 4000, right? So the people who knows the password for it, they will overwrite this 4 with 5, 4000 with 2000. Can I know that someone got replaced that values? Do I know that? No. How can I know that the values are replaced? No. And after 50 record, the storage of this notepad was done. Then I have to go for the next notepad. So these are all the things that people are experiencing before 1960. Before 1960. Now, why? Let me tell you one thing. before 1960, this is the thing that are running in the world. Now, people think that this is not the right way. Now, my question is why people are thinking. People means not general people who are working in the company. No, great people like scientists, or else they great people like inventors, or else they have introduced some languages, right? So those people, see, some Dennis Ritchie has introduced C language. So people like that, like some Charles Babbage who invented the computer, right? So people like that were thinking this is not the correct way of storing the data. Eswati, correct. Okay, so why they are thinking that this is not a correct way? Because the first one is security issue. Security issue. The next one, because see, I'm not sure that the data in my notepad was secured. I'm not sure. If you come and ask to me, uh, like you have Word document, right? You have maintained some data in your Word document. Do you think that is secured? I will not 100% surely tell you it is a secured one. It is 100% sure that it is unsecured one. No? So first thing is security issue. Now, after that, I feel retrieving is not there. What is meant by retrieving? Retrieving means fetching the data. For example, you want to know the details of some um what we will say, some, okay, Lara's information you want to know. Here you don't have Lara information, but in the 967th record Lara information was there. What you will do? You will directly apply a filter on top of this one? No, you will not appear directly. Will you do that? No. So don't tell me that I will simply press Control F so that I will find that word and I will go and check it. Because in the before 1960s we don't have that much knowledge, or else that much technology was also not there. So you have to go through all each and every record. The moment you go through each and every record, what happens? It will take time to get the record. Retrieval is slow, which means fetching. Fetching is slow. And the next one, 1000 records you have inserted, the space got over. What about 1001 record, 1002 record? What happens? Storage not there. You have to go for another alternative. So I feel storage is also an issue. Storage is one kind of issue we will be experiencing in a notepad or a documentation kind of thing. Now, once the moment we don't have security for the data, what we will be losing? Honesty of the data we are losing, right? Honesty of data. What is meant by honesty of data? See, let us assume Bhavya's ID was some 2 and my email ID was some bha@so-and-so.com. Now, this is my actual info. But in some other database, it got replaced. My ID got replaced. So do you think that data was a honest data? Do you think that is my own data? No, it is not an honest data. Someone got replaced my ID. which is honesty of the data got lost. In technical terms, we call that thing as a integrity. No integrity. No integrity. Integrity means honesty data. We are not having honesty of the data, because if we store the data in the notepad, so that is what no integrity mean. Now the second one, uh, see, I want to search for ABC record. Somehow I have first only, so I'll be getting that record. So parallelly, I want to find the records, those who are earning salary greater than 500. Okay. So in the two notepads I have, so parallelly I want to work. So what I will be doing? First I will be checking in the notepad, and second I will be checking in the notepad 2. Which means it is not going to search in a parallel way in the both the notepads at a time. See, I cannot search for the record in both the notepads at the same time, which means concurrency was not there. So concurrency means what? Parallelism. So what does parallelism means? So working parallelly, server working parallelly, or else you are working parallelly is nothing but a concurrency. So where you will not having such kind of thing here. Concurrency was not there. Concurrency was not there. Now, tell me the thing which we are missing here. Yes, privacy of data was not there. That's okay, fine. Now, security, fetching, storage, no integrity, no concurrency, that is fine.
Once the data gets updated in the new thing, the old one we are going to lose, right? We can't find the history of the data.
Okay, history we are going to lose. Okay, that's
Yeah.
somehow fine. Um, like if you are maintaining the data in the two different notepads, so I will be saving the two different notepads, right? So history was there, but it's again a more amount of data. History see, uh, n- one ABC 1,000, and today he has hired. After 1 year, for the same person, salary got revised, and the salary was some 3,000. Now this record will be there in the notepad, and newly inserted revised data will be there in the notepad. But it will be uh, you know uh, duplication of data will be there. No updations, no history. It's a duplication of record. The same record will having, it will be showing two different salaries. So we don't know which one is a newly revised salary. So based on the date we are going to see, that's all. Yes, of course. She told that history will be lost. So I will correct that sentence with some other thing. Let us assume due to some fire accident, your system got damaged. Okay. So what happens to your data? What happens to your data? Gone. Your data was gone. I'm sure. See, your right now your data was stored in the somewhere, but due to some issues or else due to some fire accident, your system got crashed, and the data inside your system are also crashed. You don't know the information. Once you lost the data, you will not get it back. because nowhere it has stored. It has stored only in the your hard disk. You can tell, Bhavya, my hard disk was same. My hard disk was nice. Okay, backup problems, nice. Because you will not get your data back. Backup problems. So these are, see, these are some disadvantages we are going to experience if we store our data in the notepad. See, these are all happens before 1960 only. Okay, before 1960 only, these are all happens. Before 1960. So before 1960, these whole story was happening. Once the people, those who are working in the IBM, okay, I'm sure that they're from IBM only. Okay, so the people who are working in the IBM, they thought that this is not the way of storing the data. This is not at all way. See, these many disadvantages I have. See, let us assume I have a beautiful company, wonderful company, where many people are working. I am just storing their information in my notepad. So one day, my system got heated up and that system was blasted. Hard disk and everything was gone. The next month, I want to give salaries to that persons. Now, can I remember the salary of each and every individual? No. So in that case, what happened? I will be in a danger. Some people will say this person is earning more salary than before. Some people will say this is not my salary that I was getting. I'm getting much salary. That you will be experiencing. Okay. So before 1960s, the people are experiencing such kind of issues. So EF Cod from the IBM has introduced a database concept. I'm not talking about SQL. I am talking about database. Okay, we will be not taking EF Cod. EF Cod has introduced some other database. Okay, now let us assume some XYZ person has introduced a database. Now, so the moment I say people introduce database after 1960, which means that database should overcome all those disadvantages, right? If that database has overcome all these disadvantages, then only we are going for that database. Otherwise, why we will be going for that database? So the moment I say database, database will have security, retrieval, storage, integrity will be there, concurrency will be there, backup also will be there. Okay, you can take any kind of database. I'm not talking about only a particular database. No, I'm talking about a general database. You will be having all those features where we are considering these as an advantages before 1960, right? Okay. Uh, so after 1960, database got introduced. Database got introduced. Okay, fine. Somehow people are working on top of the database. In the database also, we have different kinds of management systems. Okay, so before learning about database, I will just give you a small introduction about management systems. See, generally, let us take example of what. Okay, I have some data that I need to be stored in the database. So to store into the database, some management need to be there for that database, correct? Now, let us take the same example. Company A having 100 employees. Now, what are the things that employees are required was maintained by whom? Company's management. Correct? So management will be maintaining the needs of the employees. Similarly, management of the database will be maintaining the needs, will be maintaining the importance, will be maintaining the requirements of the database. Obviously, management will maintain. No. Bhavya, do we really have management for database? Yes, we have. That popularly known as database management systems. The moment you heard about database management systems, you will get panic. What is this new topic? Nowhere really it is related. It's a simple thing. Database management systems are of different kinds, but it will give the same advantages as we have seen disadvantages in the notepad, with the notepad. You will get it out. Bhavya, you are telling me that we have we have types of database management systems. So are we using all those types or only few? That I will be discussing in the next session. For now, I told you database. For now, we will see what is a database. What is the word database mean? Okay. Now, the moment I say database, what hits your mind hardly? What hits your mind? Yes.
It's
What is
maintain the
data?
data.
Yes. What is data? See, forgot about database management system, forgot about everything. But the moment I say database, the moment I say anything, first and foremost, we will be, experiencing this question, what is data? So, can any one of you give a definition for it?
The information which gives useful insights.
Okay, the information which give useful insights. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, somehow correct. Anyone? Okay, no worries in that. Now, um, the moment you go and search in the Google, you will get the definition like this. I'm not sure like this or not. uh, the collection of raw facts and figures. This with a bold headed line they will be providing you in the Google. Okay, see, I'm new to this one. I don't know data. The moment I read about collection of raw facts and figures, I will get panic. I don't know what is data, but Google was giving the collection of raw facts and figures. What is that fact? What are that figures? What is the collection? What Google was talking about? I will get panic, and the next moment only I will stop reading about it. If you don't know anything, why you will read about the don't know part? You will skip, or else you will try to understand it. Perfect, right? See, you guys are here just because you have read some information which you are unable to understand, but you have interest to learn. That is why you guys are here. So the moment I Google it, I started, panic like anything. What is this collection of raw facts and figures? So that is where I started realizing. See, go and Google it. The same thing you're going to get. But simple words I want. See, before seeing that in the Google, what we generally think about data means, as someone told, information about any particular insights, right? Exactly the same. I will say anything that have existence in this world is an object. Will you agree with me? Anything. See, let us assume Bhavya, I have existence in this world. So I'm an object. Let us assume laptop. Laptop has an existence in this world. So laptop is an object. See, object will not differentiate by living things and not living things, non-living things. It will not differentiate. Object means if you have existence, if that particular thing has existence, it is nothing but an object. Now, information about that object is nothing but a data. I will tell this definition for the data. The moment data comes into the picture, I will talk about information about any object is nothing but a data. Now, I will be experiencing what is object. Any living and non-living thing that has existence in this world is nothing but an object. That is my own definition. Correct? See, information about any object is nothing but a data. Now, Bhavya, if the definition is this simple, why Google is giving the collection of raw facts and figures? See, technically, people are calling the collection of raw facts and figures. See, raw facts and figures are nothing but, you know, you will be having information about laptop, you will be having information about Bhavya, you will be having information about some other objects. So those technically we call as facts and figures. So collection means those all information we will be connecting and storing in one place. That is nothing but a raw facts and figures, collection of raw facts and figures. So tell the same definition in the interview, raw collection of raw facts and figures. Then they will also say, please stand beside to the room. Because see, if I'm taking an interview, I will not expect the same answer from all the people. I should figure out the person who are giving, different answer which sounds the same. I want different answer, but meaning should be the same. That I was expecting from the interview. Okay. So data is nothing but an information about any, see, insight is also nothing but an object. Okay. Nothing wrong in that. So information about object is nothing but a data. So you will be experiencing what is an object. Then you have to know, you have to tell existence in this world is nothing but a data. Okay. I get to know about data, but I left with base, right? In the database world, I learned about data, but I want to know about base. See, base is nothing but a foundation. Generally, we call it as basement means what? So if you're constructing a house, basement means what? Foundation for that. So database is not, say foundation or a basement means what? So in that basement, whole house is going to stand. Like that only database, whole data is going to stand or going to store on top of the database. Storing data in a particular base is nothing but a database. Okay, now that database will be maintained by database management systems. Okay, so tomorrow we will see the database management system and types of database management system. So once we are done with database management system, we will see the flow, means from getting of data to the visualization, how data was flowing, that we will see in the next classes. Yeah, that's all for today, guys. So any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay, if no doubts, you can wind up the class here. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, Bhavya. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.